Hey guys, I am back again. I wanted to show you my newest build that I'm building right now, and this build is going to be for a little Amazon Echo, and so it's going to be a small speaker, and it's going to be pretty simplistic, and it's something that you could probably do in a day if you really wanted to. At least get it ready to listen to. Finish painting and all that, it's going to take you a little bit more time, but actually building this device itself isn't going to cost you much time and isn't going to cost you much money. For those of you wondering, where I was for a while, I hadn't been posting any videos. It's because I was building this kitchen table right here. Parts Express. And for my wife, she wanted me to build that. And I actually have some videos coming out for that if anyone wants to learn how to build that. But let's talk about this speaker. This speaker is very simple. We have one 2x15 watt amplifier here. And we have a 3.5 millimeter jack. I'm going to show you the basics because I know most of you have been watching. I used the standoffs again. I marked a 1/2 inch over because that's where, the actual, I'll show you the cut list. I will put a cut list down in the link below, but that's where it's going to match up on there, and so you can't have it over a 1/2 inch on either side, otherwise it'll run into the side of the box, because we're going to screw it in on all 4 corners on the back. There's 3.5 millimeter jack and power jack. Now, those of you who've been watching my videos know how to hook up the power. If not, follow the link and you can learn how to do that. There is one difference with this, and so I do want to show you this. This is going to be a mono speaker, and since it's a mono speaker, you'll notice that I soldered the negative to the negative where it's supposed to go, which is the much longer one. But if you notice, nothing soldered to this one, and both the red and white wires are soldered to this particular connection. There's a reason for that. The reason for that is because we are going mono, and so we want both signals to go to the one speaker that we're going to have plugged up, not both. If you had 2 speakers, you'd want to hook it up normally, like channel 1, channel 2, and negative. But since we are going to only have 1 speaker hooked up, we want to make sure we get the full music complement, and so we're soldering both the white and the red to either channel 1 or channel 2, and then test it on the board to see what, which one actually fires. Here's the other things that we're going to be using. We're going to use a Dayton ND65. This is, once again, this ND65, I'm sorry, this piece of wood is cut out. The dimensions are down below. We did use a 3/8 inch roundover to round it over to make it look nice and smooth. And we just mounted the ND65 from behind. We used 1/4 inch screws, number 6. I got them at Ace, and I just bought 4 of them, and they were 7 cents a piece. So, you're looking at 28 cents. And we also have these two. Now that is for the baffle step correction. And for those of you who don't know what that is, I'll just briefly explain it. The basic concept is that bass does not travel as well as treble. There's a bunch of scientific reason for that. I'm not going to go into the scientific reasons. But what it does do is it gives you, it basically increases the bass by decreasing the treble. And so you get a better bass response. Now, the way we figured that out, I'll have an actual link in the description below, and you guys can follow how to do that. And if you want me to create a video to show you how to use that type of program or website, I can do that. So let's show you how you're going to hook it up. This is going to be very simple. You're going to, basically, this is the back of the box. If you notice, I drilled some holes back here. One of these is for power. We're going to use a 12 volt 3 amp power supply, and one of these is for a 3.5 millimeter jack. Now, there is no Bluetooth on the speaker, and that's because it's using an Amazon Dot. An Amazon Dot, you don't need to and shouldn't. You just need a 3.5 millimeter jack to hook that up, and then you can sync your phone Bluetooth to the Dot. And so there's no reason to do Bluetooth in the speaker, which is great because you don't have to worry about ground loop interference or anything else like that. So you're going to hook this up. Red and black go into the ground. Black goes into ground. 12 volt goes into the red. And once again, you're going to know what that is based off other videos. And you can see the out is labeled positive and negative. I'm going to be using these ones, and I'm actually going to plug them up this way. So usually you plug them out coming out the back end. I'm going to plug them up coming out this way. And the reason why I don't want them to cross the positive and negative, because you could get interference from those as far as the power cords. So we'll bring them out this way and then to the speaker. Now, how I hooked up the baffle step corrector, which for those of you who know, it goes in line with the positive cable, and they get soldered together and soldered to your positive cable on the speaker. Once again, on the speaker, we'll give you a quick overview of the speaker. The positive is the bigger terminal, the negative is the smaller terminal. Now we're just going to hook it up, and we're going to kind of build the box together, and we're going to see what it sounds like. Alright, thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this. And as always, if you did, give it a thumbs up.